Hello everyone, this is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Today we are doing a writing lesson or a grammar lesson, and the subject is when to use capital letters. So let's start. So capital letters, well, we can also call them uppercase letters, and this is what they look like. Okay, so it is the normal alphabet, 26 letters of the alphabet, and they are the larger letters. Okay, they are taller and wider than the other small letters. So small letters or lowercase letters, they look like this. Okay, so obviously in size they are smaller and they are less wide, but the letters are exactly the same. Okay, they are just two versions of the same 26 letters. Okay, that is very important. Now, in English, most of the time we write with the lowercase letters. Okay, so most of the time we write using these letters here. And we use the capital letters for specific situations. Okay. Now, as a general rule, since the capital letters are bigger, then we use capital letters to contrast with the small letters. And we do that when a word is very important. Okay, so that we see it more easily. But in this lesson, you will learn the rules, or most of the rules, for when to use capital letters. Okay, so there are lots of rules, lots of exceptions, and in this lesson you will learn most of them, the most common ones. So let's start. The most important rule is the first letter of a sentence or speech. Example: the man was hungry. He said, "Do you have any sandwiches?" Okay, so in here we have, in fact, two sentences. And the first letter of the sentence is always a capital letter. So this is a capital letter T. Here is the full stop or period, which indicates the end of the sentence. So this is the start of the new sentence, the second sentence. So again, we must use a capital letter to start the word. He said. And here, this is speech. Okay, this is speech. This is what somebody is saying. So again, the first letter of speech is always a capital letter. Do you have any sandwiches? So this is a capital letter D. Second rule is we always use the personal pronoun I. We always write it as a capital letter. This word, I, it is never a small letter. That is very important. Example: Jane thinks that I drink too much coffee. So here is the word I, and as you can see, it is a capital letter. That is correct. But Jane thinks that I drink too much coffee with a lowercase I. That is wrong. And in fact, that is a very big mistake. It looks like a small mistake, but for an English native speaker, if an English native speaker sees that, then it is a big mistake. Okay. We also always write the letter I as a capital letter, even in the contracted form. Example: she also thinks that I'm a good teacher. That is correct. we have the contracted form here, and we still use the capital letter. But this is wrong, okay? So this here, we've written it as a small letter, lowercase, and that is wrong. So the word I is very simple, always a capital letter. Days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Always the first letter is a capital letter. They watched a football match last Saturday, and we spell Saturday with a capital letter, capital S. Months of the year: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. Again, always the first letter is a capital letter. Always. London is very cold in December, and we spell December with a capital letter D. Countries, nationalities and languages. And again here, the first letter of all countries, nationalities and languages is a capital letter. Here are some examples. So this column is the country, here is the nationality, and here is the language. So England, the nationality is English. So for example, I am English and I speak English. And we have some other examples here. Example, the country of Jordan. People who live in Jordan, we say they are Jordanian, and they speak Arabic. Okay? Example, David is going to Brazil to learn Portuguese. David likes Brazilian food. So we have three capital letters here. B for Brazil, capital P for Portuguese, and a capital B again for the nationality, Brazilian food. Okay, so very important. Always a capital letter. So some more geography now. Towns, states, continents, and many other geographical divisions, we have a capital letter. The biggest state in America is Texas. So since Texas is the name of a state, we write it with a capital T. And here are the continents. So in English, we write the continents with a capital letter. Africa, Europe, Asia, North America, South America, and Australia. Capital letters. And here is a city. Here is London with a capital L. Now, names of rivers, lakes, canals, and mountains. This river is called the River Thames. So as you can see, we spell River Thames. The two words are the name of the river. So we spell them with capital letters. But can you notice here that the word river is just a normal noun? So if we use the word river when it is not the name or title of a river, then it is just a normal small letter. Okay, that is important. So it is only a capital letter when it forms part of the name. This lake is called Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan. So the two words are the name of the lake, and so both words have a capital letter. But when we use the word lake as a normal word, as a normal noun, then it is just a small letter. So this is very important, this difference. This mountain is called Mount Fuji. This is in Japan. Again, these two words are the name of the mountain, and they both have capital letters. But the word mountain, by itself, just has a small letter, a lowercase m. Names of streets, buildings, monuments, and parks. The name of this bridge is Tower Bridge. Again, these two words are the name of the bridge, Tower Bridge, so we use capital letters. But the word bridge by itself just has a small letter. This park is called Central Park, and this is in New York. So capital letters for the name. But park, when we use it normally, is just a small letter. There are lots of shops on Oxford Street in London. So the name of the street, or the name of the road, is Oxford Street, and so we have a capital O and a capital S. People's names and titles. This is a very common use of capital letters. Example: my teacher is called Mr. Gibson. So Mr. is the title, and so we spell it with a capital letter, and Gibson is his name, so we write that with a capital letter. So the title for a man is Mr. with a capital M. For a married woman, the title is Mrs. We pronounce this Mrs. Also with a capital M. And for a single woman, the word is Miss, and we also write it with a capital M. So these are three titles. My doctor is called Dr. Jones. So doctor is the title. We are using the word doctor as a title. So capital D, and Jones is his name. So we have a capital letter J. Notice again that normally the word doctor is just a normal noun. So when we say the word doctor, when it is not a title, then it is just a normal lowercase letter. This is a military person, this is a soldier, and this is Sergeant Smith. So his name is Smith, and his military title is a sergeant. So his rank is sergeant. So there are other titles like captain or corporal or lieutenant. So all of those titles have a capital letter. Holidays or festivals. So here are some examples: Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, New Year, Ramadan, Yom Kippur, and many others. So all of these national holidays or religious festivals always have a capital letter to start the word. Example: they are very excited about Christmas, with a capital letter C. And the actual names of religions as well. So here are some common religions. We have Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Judaism, and many others. So since religions are important things in people's lives, then the first letter is always a capital letter. Example: one of the religions in England is Christianity. Okay, so Christianity is a religion, so we write it with a capital C. And we also have names of companies, organizations, and trademarks, so the names of businesses. Some examples are Ford, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, British Airways, and of course there are many others. Example: this car was made by Volkswagen. So in fact the name of the car is a Volkswagen Beetle. And Volkswagen has a capital V, because this is the name of the company. Abbreviations and acronyms. This is the flag of the USA. So here is the abbreviation. It is 3 letters which represent 3 different words. And so an abbreviation is always capital letters. And of course the USA, it means the United States of America. And if we write it in the full form, then because it is a country, we also write it as capital letters. The UN headquarters is in New York. So again, UN is an abbreviation, so we write it in capital letters. And the UN means the United Nations. Okay? So abbreviations. Finally, this is slightly more complicated. So the titles of articles, books, films, poems, songs, and plays. Well, titles, they don't follow grammar rules. Okay, they follow what we call style guides. Okay, so titles of articles and books, etc., they are less strict. Okay, they aren't really grammar rules, but they are preferences which are often given by organizations. And I've given you an example of a style guide. So here is a style guide used by many English journalists and newspapers for how to write a title. And this is a very common style guide. So the rules are, or the guide is, to use capitals for the first letter of the first word, and then all nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs in the title. But in the title, to use lowercase for the first letter of these words. So the word a, and, at, for, from, in, of, on, the, and to. And also the word an as well, a and an. Except if it is the first word, because if it is the first word, then we use capitals. And let me give you an example. Jane's favourite book is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So we can see the rules. These are nouns, or this is a person's name, in fact. So Harry Potter is in capitals. Order and Phoenix, they are nouns, so they are in capitals. And the other smaller words, they are in small letters. And, the, of, the. Okay, so there we are. That is the end of the lesson. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you would like to subscribe, then you can click here on the screen. Here is my Twitter account, if you would like to follow me on Twitter. And here are some other videos which you might be interested in. So you can simply click on the screen and you will go to those videos. Okay? Thanks very much for watching. My name is Andrew at Crown Academy of English, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.